Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video I'd like to discuss the evidence being presented in an attempt to prosecute Donald Trump. And you go, oh, prosecuting for what? There's quite a lot of court cases. Yeah, this is the most serious one, actually attempting to steal the 2020 US presidential election. Something that can only see a serious trial take place actually if the orange one loses the election, of course. But some of the evidence published is absolutely incredible, and you can see why Trump doesn't like it being made public just before the election. Mind you, he had no problems with an investigation into Hillary Clinton being made public in 2016, so I think we can probably suggest he just suck it up. But first, for daily political commentary, please click the subscribe button so you don't miss out. So I suppose the first thing to say is that the evidence centres on testimony from those who were close to Trump. You know, Trump and his allies are trying to describe this as, of course, a political witch hunt, as they always do. But you can see the line being easier here. The Department for Justice, of course, is a government department, and the Democrats are leading that government. Suggesting that the government is abusing political power to attack Trump is something that would be readily believed by his supporters. Especially his supporters, because they believe in all this deep state stuff, right? But the evidence isn't from Democrats. The evidence is from people who were actually really close to Trump. So close that they could bear witness to him calling for the election result to be fabricated, or if that couldn't be done, overturned entirely. It's much harder to dismiss the testimony of those who were part of Trump's top team that he appointed. Not impossible, but much harder. The evidence is full of testimony that Trump had announced he would declare victory regardless of the result. It was also his plan all along to say that postal ballots should be discounted. Ironically, this would have been discounting his own vote, but he knew it was mostly Biden voters using postal ballots. The evidence also suggests that Trump was told many times by his lawyers and campaign team there was no evidence of voter fraud, but Trump said he didn't care about the details. And rather than face up to the facts, he just sacked one lot of lawyers and tried to hire ones who would tell him what he wanted to hear. Reminds me of the Doctor Who phrase from the Tom Baker years. The stupid and powerful have one thing in common. They don't change their views to fit the facts. They change the facts to fit their views. It talked of how Mike Pence was dead against the fake electors scam, and Trump told him that he was too honest and people would hate his guts for it. Pence started trying to take notes of the meetings where Trump would be increasingly pressuring him to throw the certifications out. Obviously, we know how that turned out, with Pence standing up to Trump and Trump's brown shirts trying to lynch him for his effrontery. And the evidence suggests there are voicemails available of one of Trump's team, the name of whom is redacted on the publication, but one of Trump's team on the Orange One's orders, calling Republican senators to get them to stop the certification. So that should be interesting. I don't think we'll be hearing those until the court case. And like I said, that won't be happening unless Harris wins the election next month. And if Trump does lose the election, and we do see this trial along with others finally taking place properly, we will still have to be mindful of that frankly ludicrous Supreme Court judgment that the US president is free from prosecution from anything that they do in their capacity as president. A judgment that says the president is literally above the law, which is weird because I thought Americans were opposed to the concept of monarchy. But anyway, despite this mountain of evidence, and all coming from those who supported and were appointed by Trump himself, there are, of course, as I say in summary, three major hurdles to clear before there's any chance he will face justice for it. The first, he has to lose the election. If he wins, there will no longer be not only these court cases, there will no longer be a Department for Justice worthy of the name, and he will never be held to account. Second, prosecutors will have to provide a compelling argument that Trump's actions regarding the insurrection were in his capacity as presidential candidate, not the president. It is simply not enough to prove that he's guilty of these acts. They have to also prove that he wasn't doing it as president. He was president at the time. Their argument is, but he was doing it in his capacity as a presidential candidate. And then third, that the evidence itself is compelling enough to actually convict him of the serious criminal offences. But there we are. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. And if you'd like to support the channel further, you can join for memberships. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.